What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with my 2005 BMW 545 that I bought for, I don't know, $600, $800. It wasn't much. And it was listed incorrectly, unfortunately for me. It was listed as a run and drive, and I thought, man, that's a great price for this car. I mean, it's not perfect. It's got a little clear coat peel here and there, and it does have a few hail dings, not too many on the front. The front actually looks really good, but if I remember correctly, there was some hail on the back. It's got great tires. It looks great inside and out for the most part. Yeah, the hail starts on the trunk. So it's like it was mostly under a carport, and then this trunk just got hammered with hail, which is no big deal because I'm sure you could find this color and you could replace the trunk and you'd probably be good to go. There's a few little hail dings here, but honestly, the majority of the damage is right here on the trunk. But then you have this clear coat peeling on the back bumper. You have some peeling and delaminating of the window tint as well. But I mean, aside from replacing a trunk lid and maybe getting your bumpers repainted, this is not a bad looking car. I mean, it's obvious somebody really loved it and took care of it. It's even got this aftermarket, like, built-in camera system for the front and the back. It's honestly pretty nice, okay? It's got an aftermarket iDrive system that is also really nice. The problem with this car is it was listed as a run and drive at Insurance Auto Auctions, and the reality of the matter is, if you saw yesterday's video, it does not run and drive. It runs, absolutely, it runs. It seems to run great. A little bit of smoke, but it's also been sitting for about 6 or 7 months. Runs great, does not drive. Occasionally, it might move backwards a few feet, and it might go forward a few feet, and then that's it. It ends up with a transmission fault, and then it's dead in the water. Dead as a doornail, as I like to call it. So today, without doing any proper research, I decided to do the wrong thing and buy parts and just throw a parts cannon at it. Just for safety, I believe I went to, I think I either went to Liqui Moly or went to FCP, or I honestly can't remember because I bought these parts a long time ago. This is a January of 2025 part right here. But this is a factory German ZF part. This is the pan with the built-in, you heard it right, this has a built-in filter into the pan, along with the magnets, the drain plugs, and it's already got the gasket right there and everything. We have 7 quarts, I believe, or probably liters, right? No, it says 1.06 US quarts, 1 liter. So it is a 1 liter bottle of ATF Top Tech 1800. This is what they sent me with the kit, along with, I saw this and I was wondering, what the heck is this for? This is a 8mm Allen. This is your fill plug with a new gasket. I mean, this kit is honestly amazing. And it cost me, if I remember correctly, somewhere around $180 for the kit. Now, I suspect the way this transmission is acting, when you first start the car when it's cold, you can get it to move. But then it's like as soon as the fluid warms up, it slips. That's got me thinking we are probably just low on transmission fluid, which if it's low on transmission fluid, there's probably a reason for it. I would suspect some kind of a leak, but we're not going to know about that until we get it up in the air. So let's get the car in the air. Let's take a look underneath it, see if we can find any obvious transmission leaks, and then let's drain whatever's in it, and we'll see what it looks like. This car only has 120,000 miles on it. ZF transmissions are notoriously solid, bulletproof transmissions. I really do, I believe by the end of this video, with the proper transmission fill procedure, resetting the transmission adaptations, and a new filter and a new pan, that this car will probably drive out of here and drive down the road and make somebody an excellent driver. Well, it's time to take our first look underneath this car. Nick and I had to push this in here with one of my police cruisers last night because this thing could not drive under its own power more than just a few feet. And I've never seen the other side of this car before. This is the first time being in the shop. Spiderwebs. As I said, this car has been sitting on my lot alone for about 6 months. And from what we found under the hood, like a rat's nest or something, I think it was sitting somewhere else for quite a bit of time as well. Oh yeah, it's a little wet under here. A little wet under here. So the fill plug, if you guys are wondering where it is, is, oh, I can't even get you up there. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. I doubt you can. All the way to the right of your screen, it sits right where the top of my light is, above these tabs here. Pan is definitely wet, but that could be from the engine. That's the oil filter. Interesting location for it. And the engine oil pan as well. Definitely a little damp under here, guys. For sure, a little damp under here. But just looking at the transmission alone, I don't see any leaks, which is very concerning. Oh, that is very, very, very concerning. Of course, I ran codes, and the codes came back for basically all of the shift solenoids and shift parameters not being met. Something going on with everything. Basically, it was everything. Shift solenoids, A to B, B to C, C to D, all of that stuff. I cleared the codes thinking, I don't know, maybe it's just a fluke. No, it's definitely not a fluke. I think we have leaking valve cover gaskets on this. If I remember right, in the trunk of this car came brand new valve cover gaskets and grommets. So somebody intended to do the job, and then obviously the transmission went kaput on them and they decided not to. So here's what I'm gonna do. The fill plug is an 8mm, and I know what you're thinking, I should probably be draining the fluid, right? Yes, and we will get to that, but first, what we should see is if we remove the fill plug, let's bring the drain pan over here just in case. If we remove the fill plug, we should have something. Oh, I can't even get this in here. Looks like there's supposed to be some kind of a pan that bolts over this. Yeah, I can't. Are you kidding me? I can't even fit that in there. Interesting. Okay. So as it turns out, my 8mm, along with my ratchet there, is just a little bit too big. I don't know if I have another. I could try using this. This may save us a little bit of space to break it loose. But I don't think I have another. No, I don't have a smaller 8mm. Unless we were to try to use. No, I don't have an 8mm and an Allen either, I don't think. Damn European cars, man. I don't know why I buy these things. I really don't. They're always such a pain. Yeah, I can't even get this in here, man. All right, guys, give me a minute. It's gonna take some figuring out here. Disaster averted. Turns out if you just remove the little shield, which is held on by two 8mm screws there, you can get right up in here. Fits just fine, not a problem. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna prepare to not get wet, because if no fluid comes out of this, and chances are she's probably very, very low. If fluid does come out, then chances are the transmission's actually totally shot. Oh. Well, what was that I just said? Oh boy. I'll be honest with you, that is not what it's not what I wanted to see. I did not want to see fluid coming out of this. Okay, let's take a look at what it looks like on my hand here. It is, I don't know, grayish brown. Oh boy. Well, see, I thought, listen, hear me out. I thought it seems like it's just low on fluid. However, seeing all of this fluid coming out of it is leading me to believe that, you know, maybe it was not actually low on fluid, and maybe the transmission is damaged, or possibly, maybe we'll get lucky and the filter is damaged, right? Maybe the filter's clogged up and we're gonna just swap the pan and everything's gonna be great. Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna clean all of this up off my hand. I'm gonna let this fill thing drain a little bit, then I guess we'll go ahead and take the drain plug out and let her finish draining. I'll be honest with you, even though the fluid is dark, I don't really see anything that's all that concerning yet, but I guess we'll find out once we get into the pan here. That's where everything's going to come to light here. This is going to get all over me. Yep, there we go. Oh, that's short. I don't know. I don't know what to think, guys. That doesn't look bad to me. This is getting very concerning. I don't know what the new fluid is supposed to look like. I have no idea like what color the new fluid is supposed to be, but I mean, to me, this does not look, I mean, you can see right through it. It kind of looks like oil. It does not look bad. And that's not good for us. We wanted the fluid to look bad, or we wanted the fluid, oh, there it goes. Or we wanted the fluid to be low. This is not what I wanted. There might be an electrical problem with it, for all I know. I mean, it really could be. I think these things have I can't remember the name of it, so forgive me, mechatronics unit inside, which is basically, I think, like the entire valve body and solenoids and everything. I don't know how much that costs, but I suppose if this doesn't fix it, and I'm guessing it's not going to, that is probably the next step for this, and depending on how much that entire unit costs, will determine whether or not I want to go further with it. Also, what's in the bottom of this pan when we take it off is going to determine whether I want to go any further with it or not either. But yeah, I'm really thinking a pan and filter and fluid change on this is probably not going to get us driving down the road again. So if you're about to do this job yourself and you're wondering what size the drain plug is, it is an H10. This is an Allen head size 10. The fill plug is an 8. And then the bolts are a T30 to take the pan off. Now I'm going to try my best to sit you guys somewhere where you're going to be safe and out of the way. In other words, I don't want to tear up my camera here. But let's see if we can get you guys situated where you can see the pan. This is not easy. There we go. There's the pan. It's going to be hard for you to see. That's okay. Trust me, the pan is right here, okay? And I need both of my hands for this, so I got to set you guys down. We're going to use our T25, if I can find it here. I'm going to try to hold the pan up. I'm going to do my best not to drop this all over myself, because I don't feel like taking an oil bath today. We only have one more bolt left remaining. And here we go. Moment of truth. Are we going to take an oil bath or not? Easy does it. Easy does it. Oh, there's still fluid in here. Oh, yeah. She's dripping good, too. Easy does it. All right. So, this is my first time looking in to one of these BMW transmissions. This is kind of exciting, guys. Why don't we take a look together? So, there's your valve body. Honestly, nothing in here looks bad, but I'm wondering if this is what they call your mechatronics unit. It's got a Bosch part number, of course, stamped with ZF from Germany, and there are all of your shift solenoids. That's crazy. They're all just sitting right here, right in the front. So I'm assuming there's, what, 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 solenoids, 3 green, 3 yellow, and 1 black. And then there's this, like, push tab here. Looks like it bolts in with a few bolts up here. And then there's these retainers for the solenoids up on the front. There's one missing. Or am I wrong? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Help me out here, guys, because I don't know. Take a look. You see all the places for the solenoids to bolt in? Well, look right here. There's a retainer there. It looks like a solenoid should go there. And there's even a little plug right here for something to plug into. But as you can clearly see inside of that bore, there is nothing. Interesting. So are we missing something inside this transmission? That's what I want to know right now is, are we missing something inside of this transmission? Because if we're missing a solenoid, that could absolutely do it. Yeah, it pushes in too. Uh-oh. Why would we be missing a solenoid? Guys, I'm going to have to take a quick break here because I'm going to have to look into this solenoid. I'm sure they sell an entire like solenoid pack, this whole piece here, this whole assembly, which may be what they call the mechatronics unit. I don't know. But I'm going to look into it because for sure we're missing something here. And I'm pretty sure without that, the transmission's not going to work. All right, so a couple things after taking a little time to do a little bit of research. There is no solenoid that's supposed to be right there, and all of these colors are in the right places. Yellow, black, green, green, yellow, yellow. Those are all in the right place. So that's good news. We're not missing a solenoid. Some bad news is this pan. This is not an OEM pan. This is some no-name aftermarket pan. But good news is looking at the magnets right here, there is a little bit of material on them, but not a lot. And looking at the bottom of the pan, it also doesn't look bad. There are some little bubbles. Those are not metal chunks. Those are just bubbles. It doesn't look that bad to me. Now, the bad news. Chances are, I would say, pretty good that putting the pan and filter on and filling it up with fluid is probably not going to fix this. Most likely what we have is some kind of a failure in the electronic portion of the valve body, which is what they call the mechatronics unit. And even worse news is in order to get, basically you're going to want to replace the solenoids, and there are sleeves underneath this valve body that need to be replaced as well. They tend to leak. You've also got a seal, your connector seal, just like on a Mercedes. You can kind of, if I can get you up there, right there is your connector. All right, so you have to disconnect that connector, pull it out, and then you have to pull this white tab down, and then you have to get in there some way. There's no room, but you got to get in and you got to pry that seal out. So you're going to want to replace the seal, and you got to take the whole valve body down because this electronics part of it actually runs over the top of the valve body. So in order to get the solenoids out to replace them, basically everything here needs to be dropped down. Now it's not the end of the world. It's like 150,000 T30s, and it looks like most of this stuff should come off. That connector is going to be a real bear to get off as well. So here's what I'm going to do. It looks to me like all of this is still factory original. It says ZF right on it, made in Germany. This is not an Amazon part here. This part, however, is it possible that maybe this is a subpar part? Maybe the filter's damaged in some way, restricted, doesn't work properly, causing the transmission to start? It's, 0.9% possibility. Sure. Do I really think that replacing this is going to fix it? No, I absolutely don't. But here's the deal. I don't have any of these parts here, and I sure don't want to go and spend $400 on a mechatronics unit for this car without knowing if it actually needs it. So if that means I'm going to end up wasting some fluid, then I guess we're going to waste some fluid. I'm going to put the new pan on, and we are going to fill this thing up and hope for the best. Now, there's a procedure for this, filling it up, and I'm not going to bore you with too much of it, but basically, as soon as we put this new pan and the new filter on, I have to use a pump, and I'm going to pump each one of these jugs into the fill port of the transmission. And then once it starts seeping out, I have to close it up, I have to drop the car down, I have to start the car, run it through the gears a few times, then shut it off. Then we go back, we remove the fill plug, we fill it up again until it starts dripping out. Once you've done that, run it through the gears a few times, make sure everything's good, then we gotta let the car warm up, okay? It needs to get up to operating temperature. Once the car is nice and hot, then we get to come back on it because this is brilliant, right? And Mercedes does this too. Absolutely brilliant. Once this exhaust is nice and piping hot where it's going to burn you, and the fill plug, by the way, is, just to give you guys an idea, the fill plug is right here, all right? There it is right there, right next to the exhaust. So I have to, once this thing is nice and hot and up to operating temperature, then I have to get up here. You see where I'm going with this. I have to get up here. I am going to get burned, and I have to remove the plug. All right, and then I have to get a rubber hose up in here, and we have to fill it up again until it starts dribbling fluid out of it. And at that point, we can put the fill plug back in, and we can call it good. And then we will use my Autel MaxiSys Elite to reset the transmission adaptations, and we are going to cross our fingers that the car works. Because if it does, this was a relatively cheap and easy fix. If it doesn't, well, then we have decisions to make. Is the car, in its current condition, actually worth spending another $400 for all of the solenoids and sleeves, and then probably another $100 on fluid? I don't know, guys. One thing at a time. Let's start with putting the pan on and getting the initial fluid filled. All right, well, here is our Liqua Moly, and I was not expecting this. When I opened the top, it squirted oil all over my shirt. So I don't know what this straw is for. I was able to reach down and pull the straw out, which, you know, that's interesting. But I don't think this is going to help us actually get this into the transmission. You know, I don't think this is going to help any. I think what we really need is to pump. That's what I'd originally intended on doing, is pumping it out of the bottle and pumping it in there. But because we have this straw thing, I'm not really sure how we're going to do this. I guess I'm going to try to pop this little straw applicator thing out so I can hopefully get my pump in there and we can just pump it straight into the transmission. But just in case you guys were wondering what this fluid actually looks like, what color it is, I'm curious too. Is it red? Is it brown like what came out of it? It's brown. Yeah, it's kind of a golden color. Obviously, the stuff that came out of it was much darker than that. But, yeah, okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to pump this stuff into my transmission. Time for the first start to put it in and out of gear, which I don't know if it's going to do anything. We have put, oh goodness, we had 7 quarts, we have 4 quarts left, so we put 3 quarts in before it started pouring out. This is making a huge mess, by the way. I mean, I'm making, it's a ridiculous mess doing this. Hopefully this car is worth it. Here we go. Let's turn that off. Let's put it in gear. Oh, did it try to move? It did. Oh, it's moving strong. No way. Yeah. It has never engaged like this. Like not even, I told you guys when it was cold, it would move, but not like this. Like it's got a firm engagement now where it feels like she wants to move. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, strong engagement. It has never moved like this before. Not since I've had. We'll put it in sport mode. We'll do 3, 4 manually putting it into gear. She's getting a little upset now, I think. Yep, there goes the transmission fault. Transmission malfunct. It may not be possible to select our vehicle will have reduced acceleration drive moderately. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, it won't go into reverse anymore. Okay. Well, I have no doubt that she's probably sucked up the fluid. Let's shut it off. Let's see if it'll go in reverse now. Yeah, strong. And strong into forward gear too. I don't believe for a minute that the transmission is bad in this. We're going to get that code again. Here it comes. It doesn't want to go in reverse anymore. It's in reverse, but it won't move. Drive. Yeah, she doesn't want to go forward anymore. Well, there she goes. Yeah, okay. Here's the transmission fault, and it went right back into neutral. Okay, we expected this because obviously this thing is supposed to hold a lot more than just 3 quarts of fluid. We've let her get a little bit warm, but not too much. She's definitely not up to operating temperature yet. So we're gonna raise her back up. I'm gonna try to burn myself as many times as possible. We're gonna squeeze more fluid into it, and we're gonna wash, rinse, and repeat until we're done, and then we're gonna find out if this transmission works or if it's still very, very broken. All right, you know it's serious when we got the bay door open. I have to let it warm up this time. And I'm telling you, man, this has been such a mess. It's not a fun job. Maybe if I had like an electric transfer pump or something, it would have gone a little bit smoother, but it is what it is. Where the hell are the keys? There we go. Let's hope that it acts a little better now. We still haven't reset the adaptations or anything, but right now we just gotta let it warm up. We gotta let it get up to operating temperature, and we gotta check it and fill it again until it's finished sucking down all that fluid. Oh yeah. Strong backwards and strong forwards as well. This is already an improvement. I still don't, I don't know. There's first gear. Oh, wow. No wonder it starts out in second. Yeah, first gear is a little rowdy. This is third gear, seemed to be where it screwed up. I hear the transmission. Will it not go up? No, M3 is as high as it'll go. There's 6. And it defaults back to M3, probably because we're not moving and it won't go up into any more gears. But it looks like it is shifting into all 6 gears. There's manual 1, and I felt it downshift. I also just felt it shift to 2. Can't really feel 3, but now I felt it up, and there it goes. Bingo, trans malfunction. There it goes, man. It was doing so good. It was doing so good. Is it possible that it sucked down the fluid? Yeah, I mean, it's moving backwards. What about drive? I mean, it is moving. I can't argue that. This is more than it did before, guys. Like, it engages solidly into reverse and drive. But obviously we have the big red ring of death there on our screen telling us that, you know, it's not happy. We cannot manually shift anymore. So I'm just going to put it in park. I'm going to shut it off. And I'd be willing to bet we start it back up. Let's see if it goes into... Yeah, it goes back into manual mode once you shut it off and turn it back on again. So I'm going to let it sit here, guys. I'm going to let this car warm up. Then, then I'll really get to burn myself on the exhaust underneath it. And I'll finish filling it up. We'll take it out. Ooh, she's not running well. Great, something... That's new. The car has been sitting for, it's got to be 6 months, guys. The car really needs to go out and be driven. But unfortunately, it's never been able to drive on its own. So we're going to let it warm up. We're going to clear the adaptations in the transmission. We'll double check the fluid level, pump it up as much as we need to, and then we're going to take her out on a drive. Well, moment of truth. I have cleared all the codes. I have reset all the adaptation values. I've reset the computer. I've put it into relearn mode. Like, I have done everything that I can for this car at this point. So let me get buckled up. Let's fire it up and let's see if we can take it on its first test drive since we got this car over 6 months ago. Bring the thunder. Fires right up. No lights on the dash. And we are backing out. I can't believe it's moving at all under its own power. This is not something this car has done before, other than just a few feet up and down the street. So We're already doing better than we were, guys. Right into gear. Oop, transmission did not shift happily. Oh. What is happening there? Wow. Oh. Up, and there goes the transmission malfunction. 30 miles an hour. We didn't even make it around the corner. Does it still drive? Oh no. Oh no, it doesn't drive at all? We're back to this again? Oh no. Okay. Perfect. Does it go forward? Come on. Come on, get me home. No. I've got nobody to help me today. I got nobody to help me today. There we go. Oh. Come on. All we got to do is cripple her around the corner. Well, let's just cripple it around the corner. Airbag light. 20 miles an hour. Check engine light is on now. Transmission light is on. Okay. Well. Yeah, she's just revving. I did have hopes. I didn't think this was going to fix it. And when we get back to the house, I'll show you something else. See, you shut it off and start it up again, and it'll move a little bit. I think it'll get us home. I just don't think we're going to get home quickly. You know what I mean? Just kind of... There we go. There we go. Look, it's better than it was. All right, you can't say it's not. Yeah, it's trying to slip out of gear. It's trying to slip out of gear. It does move now. Technically, I could sell this as a run and drive. Because it actually does run and it actually does drive. Oh my goodness. Should we see what the codes are? Yeah, it falls right out of gear, man. It does. It falls right out of gear. Okay. Let's take a look and let's see what's going on here. Trouble codes. I'm already in the transmission control module. It says status is absent. The code is 004 F as in Frank 81. Electronic transmission control. Ratio monitoring clutch A with freeze frame data. What happens if we erase this code? I'm just curious. What happens if we erase this code? Have no codes detected. Let's get out of this and let's go to auto scan. Let's see everything that's going on here. See if we've got any engine codes as well. Ah, we have an engine code. Good to know, because sometimes engine codes can directly relate to a transmission failure or fault. All right, so you could have like, I think it's Infiniti/Nissan, their throttle position sensors. It's crazy, but you get a throttle position sensor that goes bad, and it will cause the transmission to go into limp mode. So it's worth checking all of the codes before we go and judge this car and send it to its final resting place, because I think I'm about done with it. Okay, that's no big deal. So for the engine, we have tank venting valve activation absent. Then airbag, resistance, firing circuit too high. Let's just quick erase everything. That should make that airbag light go away too. This will take just a minute, guys, but ultimately, this was a fail. And something that I thought was funny, I don't know how I missed this before. There's a bunch of paper wadded up on the passenger side floorboard. I didn't think anything about it. Until I was looking, I was going to throw it away, and I saw Sonax. Wait a minute. Sonax is transmission people. Well, take a look at this. Time-tested industry standard valve body and mechatronic service for the ZF6HP19/26 automatic choice, May 7th, 2011. 44 pages somebody printed out of the valve body, where the check balls are, everything. And right here, this page was out by itself, and it tells you the PSI, because you need to vacuum test this stuff, I guess. Harsh up and down shift, TCC slip or cycling, poor line rise, erratic torque converter clutch, signal, everything is right here. Everything is right here. If only I had looked through the car from the beginning, I would have seen that. Okay, anyway, everything is clear. All the codes are clear. Should we try it one more time? It's not going to make any difference, guys. But I'm willing to do this in the name of science, all right? Kind of science. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was the airbag. That's fine. Let's... She takes off strong, man. It does it. It takes off like it means business. I sure don't want to get stuck on this road now that I know this car will die. I mean, we're moving. It's shifting. Now we're in sport mode, which I'm sure is going to help everything a lot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, no. We just got to get it back home, guys. I tried, man. Do I feel... Yep, and there goes the transmission. Ding! Thank you. I'll be here all night. We could do this all night. I'm coasting. The car has no gears. Completely just quit. So, I wasted like 100 and I don't remember, 150, 180, something like that. It was under $200. Completely thrown it away. And I'll be the first to admit that I knew going into this that there was a pretty good possibility that it was an internal failure with something electronic. I know about BMWs and their mechatronic units. This isn't my first rodeo. But if I told you... Uh-oh. Oh, no. If I told you that I didn't hope that it was going to be okay, I'd be lying. Come on. Do it to it. See? You shut it off, start it up, and it... Oh, never mind. It just... Wait. Nope, it's back. Oh, my goodness. This thing is freaking horrible. And it's smoking like a son of a gun. I'm afraid to take it on this. I'm not taking it on this main road. I'm going to keep it on the side here. Yep. Come on. Yep, and there it goes. There it goes again. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to try to get home. Okay. I'm going to focus on driving, guys. I almost can't believe it, but we're doing 20 miles an hour. It keeps slipping out of gear, though. It pops in and pops out, pops in, pops out. Constantly slipping. Damn it. There it goes. I think we just lost our gears totally now. We're doing 25 miles an hour. No, she's still going. She's still going. We're going to make it home. Okay, so I have made up my mind on what I'm going to do with this car. I'm surprised. It really does run. It runs well. It rides pretty damn good, too. I mean, completely honest. It's not bad for all of the, you know, maximum, like 35 miles an hour we got this thing up to for 2 seconds. Oh, it's transmission's gone again. We're not gonna get me the rest of the way, are we? Come on. Don't make me beg. Please don't make me beg. Come on. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Come on. No, okay. Shut it off. Start it up. Put it in gear. Oh, what is... I'm just trying to put it back in the damn parking spot it's been sitting in for like the last 6 months. That's all I want, just get it. Come on. No, we're back to this again. Shut it off. Start it up. Put it in gear. There we go. Okay, at least it's predictable. Okay, I'm gonna give the car that much credit. It is predictable. I know what it's gonna do, and I know how to limp it where I need to limp it. But at the end of the day, sorry guys. I was kind of excited about this car when I first got it, and then I realized that I got screwed on it because, as I said earlier, it was listed as a run and drive. It was not a run and drive because when I got it, the car did not move. I think this is one I'm going to send down the road. I'm going to red light this. And for those of you that don't know what that means, some of my cars I green light. If I green light a car at the auction, that means I guarantee that it's mechanically sound as far as the engine and transmission are concerned. That's it. That's all that's guaranteed, is that the engine and the transmission, and the rear differential. Okay, basically the drivetrain components. If it's a four-wheel drive, that include things like the transfer case and the front and rear differentials, all the stuff associated with the power and drivetrain. But some of these cars are not worth a green light, guys, and this is going to be one of them. What that means is it's going to be sold as is, no arbitration at the auction. The good news is I will be able to clear these codes. All right, I will clear everything out, reset the adaptations again, and for inspection purposes, it will A, run, and B, drive. Driving means it moves forwards and it moves backwards, and that's it. That's all it has to do. It's not going to actually be driven. It's going to be moved forward and backward. And as long as it can do that, it will pass as a run and drive, sold on a red light as is with no arbitration, and it's the next guy's problem. This is how the auctions work. I don't think I'm going to get anything out of this car. Honestly, like, it doesn't matter. This car is not going to bring any money. Somebody's going to buy it and probably just use it for parts. I don't really see there being value in replacing the mechatronics unit, especially with as expensive as it is. It's not that time consuming. It's not that hard of a job. It's just, I'll never get my money back out of this car. So we tried, guys. You can't win them all. That's really disappointing because I've got a pretty good record when it comes to bringing broken cars to this place and putting them back together, getting them back on the road again. And this one can be brought back, I think, if it is the mechatronics unit. Then it could be brought back to life. This car may have a whole lifetime ahead of it. But remember, it also needs valve cover gaskets. The battery's bad, so it's going to need a battery too. When I start adding up the cost of what everything is going to cost to get this thing going again, it's just not worth it, unfortunately. It's a nice-ish car, but it's just not worth it. Look, if you enjoyed this type of content, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.